What's up again, guys? Brian here at 3TR, and I got another episode of Other People's Questions, episode 119. If you can't already tell, today I'll be showing you my fighter pilot skills when I play Ace Combat Assault Horizon. And first off, before I get into guys' questions, I would just like to thank all of you guys out there that sent in a really great set of questions. I even got a couple of newbies with their first time questions being on this particular episode. And starting off with one of those newbies, I got Zach Jamie, I hope I said that right, and you want to know, do I play any other games besides video games like Magic the Gathering? I tried playing Magic the Gathering when I was in middle school. I didn't get too into it. Then I upgraded to Yu-Gi-Oh! And I played Yu-Gi-Oh! All throughout middle school, all throughout high school. I tried to stay into it when I got into college. I had to retire for a little bit. And now I'm trying to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh! But I just haven't been able to find anyone to play with around here. Your next question is, do I think that they will make a Battlefront 3? Well, if you saw E3 last year, the EA conference, they announced that one of their companies was going to be making the next Battlefront game. I don't think it's Battlefront 3, but I think it's just another Battlefront game. I hear it's going to be made from the guys that do the DICE engine, so that will certainly be something really cool to see. Next questions come from Criticism Guy 2009, and you want to know, did I get upset when I found out about the Gwen Stacy dying spoilers? No. I think the promotion for The Amazing Spider-Man 2, they kind of hinted at it. They kind of spoiled it themselves, so it was a pretty good guess that Gwen Stacy was going to die, and that storyline is a part of my favorite Spider-Man novel, so no, I wasn't too upset about it. I knew it was coming. Your next question is, you want to know what are my thoughts on Facebook buying Oculus Rift, which, if I remember correctly, it's that virtual reality technology company. I think I answered this question before, and you know, I think Facebook might be heading into a direction where you get these little visor sets and you can actually see like virtual avatars of people, like some of your friends. You know, if you've seen that episode of South Park, kind of something like that, where you actually can go into like a virtual world and you actually see each other. I think that would be really cool. Next question comes from also another newbie going by the name of Snowy Cougar 101, and he wants to know, do I think The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is better than the Sam Raimi films? I think it's better than the third one for sure, but after I got a chance to watch The Amazing Spider-Man 2 for a second time, and then I got to watch it back to back with the first Spider-Man movie, I realized that I still think that the first two Spider-Man films are definitely a lot better than The Amazing Spider-Man 2. The next question comes from Zarek Envy, and you want to know, what are my thoughts on the wrestler Zack Ryder, and was I a part of the Ryder Revolution, and do I think that he should get pushed again? I think he's got a nice personality. I mean, he's, you know, not really, you know, he's a standard face. I haven't really seen him in any really good matches, so I'm not really sure if he's that great at wrestling, and I don't think I would consider myself being a part of the Ryder Revolution. I don't even remember when that was. And do I think he should get pushed? Yeah, you know, I don't know. I really haven't seen much potential from him. I mean, I would definitely like to see guys like Kofi Kingston or Dolph Ziggler. I would like to see those guys get pushed, but in order for me to really be convinced, you need to put him in a really, really big match, and that's just something that I haven't seen from him yet. Maybe if he gets into like a match with maybe the world heavyweight champion, or like a top level heel, and can beat them cleanly, then I think he should get a push. The next three questions come from the Napping Sniper, and you want to know, what do I think about E3 this year? E3's E3. Hopefully they'll announce some really cool games. A lot of people have been speculating that maybe we'll finally get a good idea of the next Uncharted game. I'm really not paying attention to anything on Xbox's side, and I don't know, maybe Nintendo will, I don't know, maybe they'll try to convince me why I should buy a Wii U even though I have no interest in it. Your next question is, what do I think about Call of Duty Advanced Warfare? And you said, I think it looks good this year, and am I willing to play the campaign for Advanced Warfare? You know, I'm not a big Call of Duty fan, but I do play all of them every single year. I don't buy them, I just play them for the campaign. I beat them once or twice after about 5 to 6 hours, and then I just send it back to GameFly. So, you know, yeah, I'll agree with Kevin Spacey being the main villain. It absolutely looks interesting. Maybe the story will be very compelling, and yeah, I'll be sure to give it a good go. And your next question is, do I think that you should start buying your games from Amazon.com instead of GameStop? Well, Napping Sniper, I've been buying my games from Amazon for like the past 3 years. I had like the last game I even bought at GameStop was Beyond Two Souls, and that was because I could get the collector's edition case. That was like the only reason that I would even go into a GameStop. And I even heard some rumors that it might be going out of business. I think that would be a little bit crazy, but yeah, by all means, start getting your games from Amazon.com. I do. The next set of questions come from Draven G, and you want to know, what are my thoughts on the Gotham TV show trailer? I think it looks okay. You know, focusing on Gordon, we're going to see little hints of, you know, the Batman, you know, rogues gallery. Hopefully we could see some good interactions between Bruce and Gordon. And I don't know, I think when this entire show ends, I think it should end with like a shot of Batman, but you know, it's wishful thinking. Your next question is, am I a fan of the Star Wars EU? Absolutely. I'm a very big fan of the EU. I love all the like the stories that they have, definitely taking place during the prequel times. And to be honest, it's really because I'm a big fan of the EU that I don't hate the prequels. In fact, I find that the EU, depending on which side that you go on, depending if you pick after the Battle of Yavin or before it really doesn't work too well with the original films. And I think that that's why, like, as the time has gone on, I've kind of started to dislike the original films more and more. But you know, I certainly am one of those few fans that actually believe that the EU should be elevated higher than the movies. Your next question is, what stories from the Star Wars EU would I recommend? Definitely read Darth Plagueis. A lot of people really hate the idea of midi-chlorians, but once you actually read that book, you'll actually kind of like the idea and why I don't think it's a preposterous idea to explain the Force. I would do any of the Dark Forces storylines. I think those were good. And let's see, I think anything involving the clone Palpatines. I can't remember exactly what storyline there is, but I think there is one where Palpatine does actually convince Luke to join the dark side for a little bit, and like his friends have to go rescue him. So anything around those areas I would absolutely recommend. And you want to know, what are my top favorite Star Wars games? I'm not sure if I did a video for this, but I guess my top 3 favorite Star Wars games would have to be The Force Unleashed 1, Rogue Squadron on the N64, and Super Star Wars Trilogy, which they had for like the Super Nintendo. Those are the ones that really stand out to me. And the last 2 questions come from TequilaCommand91, and you want to know, how do I like my new job? Oh, it's fine. It's definitely a step up from where I was working before. I mean, before I was working at Walgreens as the main photo tech for about 3 years, and now I've kind of jumped into the big leagues because now I'm doing professional pictures at the mall. So, yeah, it's definitely a step up. And your last question is, what are my goals for the year with 3TR? Wait. What are my goals for the... Yeah, wait a second. I'm reading this wrong. What are my goals for the year with 3TR and outside of 3TR? Well, for 3TR, I made a video at the beginning of the year going over my goals, so I don't think I need to go over them again unless you want me to just leave a link to that video in the description down below. But outside of it, I don't know, I guess plan a trip to Disneyland, maybe go out on a real date. I don't know, I guess get my own place and get a car, so just to name off a few. And with that, those are all the questions that you guys sent in for this particular episode. I would like to thank all of you guys out there for making this episode possible. If you have any more questions that you would like me to answer on episodes 120, please type them in the comments down below. But make sure you get them into me before Wednesday, before I start filming these. And if you like this video, feel free to like, comment down below, and please subscribe to keep track of me in my future episodes of other people's questions. And like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I'll see you next time.